Willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Serious Escape, Virtuous Lost Reward. Das letzte Mal sind wir stehen geblieben, nachdem wir das Luna-Ending weitergemacht haben. Und jetzt bei der Security-Kamera sind. It's Kay! When he heard Kay open the Sion door, he panicked. Whatever he was up to, he didn't want Kay to catch him at it.
And then Kay disappears too.
Yeah, without a button of the frame, just like the
If
others.
Kay was telling the truth, this is where he... Anyway,
Oops.
nothing happens for the next 16 minutes. It's just... this. So I'll fast forward, alright?
Sure.
Alright. Should be around here. One sec. Okay. You should see something you recognize in a minute here.
That's Kay coming from the bottom of the frame. And he's checking the time on his bracelet. So we've come full circle, huh?
Yeah. We're back to 21 minutes before the primary doors open. For our arbitrary time code, that's 0 hours and 29 minutes. 1 minute later, at 0 hours 30 minutes, Kay heads to the Floor A warehouse.
Once he gets there, he'll tell us about Luna's death.
That's all the footage I wanted to show you. I've looked at it carefully, and I think it has something to tell us.
You mean who killed Luna, right?
Well, I can't say for sure. This footage makes for pretty shaky evidence. But it does suggest a very likely culprit. Who do you think it is?
I ran over the footage in my head. 1 hour, 1 minute, Clover and Luna entered the room. For 9 minutes, Clover aggressively questions Luna. 0 hours, 10 minutes, they both moved out of the frame. 0 hour, 11 minutes, 40 seconds, Clover exits the room. 0 hour, 12 minutes, Dio enters the room. Dio also immediately exits the frame. It seems likely that Dio was up to no good during this period. 0 hour, 30 minutes, Dio exits the room. 0 hour, 30 minutes, 10 seconds, Kay enters the room. Kay also disappears from the camera's field of view. At this point, there are 60 minutes where nothing happens. 0 hour, 29 minutes, Kay enters the frame. He looks at his bracelets. It says 0021, the remaining time until the primary doors open. There seems to be only one conclusion. The person who killed Luna is... Clover.
What makes you think so? Luna could still have been alive after Clover left the room. Dio and Kay both went into the room after Clover. Either of them could have killed Luna too.
That footage alone is enough to tell us who the killer is. But if we take one other thing into account, then the case against Clover gets a lot stronger.
And what is that element?
Dio's behavior at the white doors. Kay wanted us to enter the white doors. I told him I wouldn't leave 3 people to die. Do you remember what Dio said?
Use your fucking head for once. You're gonna get us killed.
He obviously knew that only you and I would be going through the door. Do you get it?
Yeah. He knew he had Luna's bracelet, which means he also knew Luna was dead. Is that what you're getting at?
Exactly. If he didn't know she was dead, he would never have said that. The moment Kay suggested we go through the doors, he would have brought it up. That's impossible. How are they supposed to get through without Luna? But he didn't even mention her, like he didn't expect her to be there. Why would he do that? I can only think of 2 reasons. 1, that when Dio entered the room, Luna was already dead, or 2, he killed Luna himself. The second one doesn't seem likely though. If Dio had killed Luna, he probably would have made a point to hide that. I'm guessing he probably would have asked where she was. Where's Luna? Sigma and Phi won't be able to get through the white doors without her. He seems like the kind of guy who'd go out of his way to feign ignorance of a crime he committed. In this case though, he said nothing. The door that doesn't clear him, of course, but it does make him a lot less likely that he was the killer. If he wasn't the killer, then we're left with only one other option.
When Dio entered the room, Luna was already dead.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Interesting. That's pretty much what I thought too, and it does seem like Clover had a motive.
You mean what Alice noticed?
Yes. The movement of the A-B rooms convinced Alice that Luna had killed the old woman. Once Clover realized that, she probably started to think that Luna had killed Alice to keep her from telling anyone else the truth. She probably led Luna to the crew quarters to confront her. Maybe she hoped seeing Alice's corpse would cause Luna to confess. Maybe she knew something we don't. But Clover didn't get what she wanted. Luna didn't confess. Then, during her interrogation, something happened. It's hard to say what. Luna might have said something that set Clover off, or maybe she admitted to a crime she didn't commit just to get Clover to stop. Whatever it was, something happened that drove Clover to murder.
When did Clover get the injection gun?
I would guess after she went through the yellow door, she would have been exploring the infirmary with Alice and Kay. That seems the most likely place to find it. Anyway, this is all just a theory, right? We don't have any proof, so keep it quiet, okay?
Yeah, I know. Oh, there was one last thing. Was there any other footage that showed anything?
No, nothing to tell us where Clover, Tenmyoji, and Quark went. And nothing about the old woman or Alice's murders either.
The Zero Senior identity.
Still unknown.
Okay, well, let's go find Clover. I guess we're not going to know the truth unless we get it straight from the horse's mouth.
I wonder if Clover's even alive.
She is. She has to be.
I sure hope so.
I mean... So, Warehouse C? Oh nein, wir gehen zurück. Gehen wir zurück ins Lagerhaus A. Daneben. No one's here.
Yeah. Alright, let's start looking. We'll go through the crew quarters and work our way toward the elevator. Got it?
Yep.
You search rooms 1 and 2. I'll take 3 and 4.
Got it. Alice. Luna. The most horrible thing about death is how it turns a person to a thing. It's a thing that looks like your friend, but it's not them anymore. Just a strange cold shell, and every time you look at it, you feel a little of that coldness creeping in around the edge of your soul. Seeing death puts a heavy ball of lead in your stomach that just sits there, poisoning you. I turned and left the room.
No good. There's no one in 3 or 4. What about yours?
Same. Nobody in them. Except Alice and Luna. The lead ball pressed against the inside of my abdomen. I leaned back against the wall and let out a long, very
What's
sigh.
wrong? You need to get it together. What are we doing right now?
Looking for the others.
Right. I know how you feel, but sitting around being miserable isn't gonna help anybody. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. Warum bist du so nah dran? Fi turned and headed for the door at the far end. I heaved myself up off the wall and followed. Treffen wir die Leiche? Ist es so still? Yep. The first thing I felt was that strange cold sweat of terror. My stomach clenched in protest, pushing a wave of violent nausea up into my throat. The lead ball turned to ice, and my legs began to tremble under its weight before they finally gave my way and collapsed. They were dead. I could feel it the moment I looked at them, but I didn't want to believe it. They couldn't be dead. Perhaps they were just sleeping. Wer ist die Katze, die du gesucht hast? The cool, limp feel of their skin under my shaking fingers dashed any hopes I had left. I wrapped a trembling hand around the end of the bed and hauled myself up to it. Even when I closed my eyes, I could still see them. My heart hammered away at my ribs and my chest felt so tight I could barely breathe. Sehr gut, Tina. Finally, I opened my eyes.
They were in a blind spot.
What?
The security camera. Remember how we didn't see anything in the real-time feed in the security room?
Yeah, I guess the partition was in the way.
Yeah.
They're handcuffed together.
Yeah. Whoever did this really didn't want them going anywhere. The chain's been looped around the pipe below the sink.
They would have been trapped here when the door closed.
Look. See the red marks on their wrists? They were trying to get the handcuffs off.
So you're saying it wasn't one of them that did
Probably not.
it? There's a cut on Tamiyuchi's left hand. It looks like it's probably from a knife or something similar. Must have been deep.
Then the blood on his clothes probably came from that wound. I don't see any others, at least. If this was the only one, it doesn't look fatal. I don't think he died from this cut.
The penalty. When the primary door closed, they couldn't get to them. The needles in the bracelets activated and...
Yeah. You can see the marks on their wrists from where they were injected. The tubocurarine must have killed them.
Do you think that's why they were handcuffed to the sink?
They wouldn't have been able to get through the white doors without Quark. If someone wanted to use the penalty to kill them, they didn't need to tie them up.
Yeah, you've got a point. What's
I
wrong?
take back what I just said.
You find something?
Yeah.
Fi bent down to pick something up and handed it to me. A cyan bracelet. This was Quark's.
Correct. It has 9 BP, too. There's no mistake.
What is Quark's bracelet doing here? Wait, no, hold on. If Quark's bracelet is here, then that means...
Your heart stops.
No, this can't be happening. Not
Hey,
Quark.
Sigma, calm down. Just because his bracelet's off doesn't mean Quark's dead.
But...
In fact, this could be good news. A ray of hope.
Ray of Hope?
Yeah, if Quark still had his bracelet on, then he would have ended up like Tenmyoji and Clover. But he's not wearing it. That means he might have managed to avoid getting injected with tubocurarine.
You mean the bracelet came off before the doors closed?
Yeah.
That's impossible. Sir Junior told us that they only come off when your heart stops or when you escape.
Maybe he got out then.
Right, he's got 9 BP. Wait, so you're saying he escaped, then came back and left his bracelet here? No, that's not impossible too. Sir Junior said the number 9 door only opens once. Even if he was able to get outside, he couldn't come back in.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic? Have you actually seen Quark dead? Huh? You need to think positive, Sigma. Reality is what we believe it to be.
Huh. Really? So you're saying this is what we wanted to happen?
That's enough! Quark is definitely alive. He has to be. He has to be. I refuse to believe he isn't. I can't let an innocent kid like that get killed.
Ow. I wanted to ask if she meant Clover and Tamiyuchi weren't innocent and had deserved to die, but swallowed my words. Fighting wasn't going to help us. All I could do was hope that Fi was right. Perhaps Quark was still alive. What are you doing?
Examining their bodies. Tenmyoji first. Clues.
Why? What kind of
To
clues?
who might have killed them. Finding Quark's bracelet tells us something. If the killer saw it, that would make for an obvious motive.
With Quark's bracelets, Clover and Tamiyuchi would have been able to go through the white doors. The killer handcuffed them to the sink to prevent that.
Right. That's my guess, at least. That's odd.
What's
I
wrong?
can't find anything. I
Huh?
should have found something.
What?
You remember when we ran into Tenmyoji in the rec room? He sprayed our wrists with luminol. I'm sure I saw him pull the spray bottle out of his pocket.
And now you can't find it. Do you think the killer
I
took
don't
it?
know. I'm gonna take a look at Clover, too. Give me a minute.
Fine knelt down next to Clover as she spoke and began to gingerly examine the corpse. Then after a moment I saw her hand stop.
Look, see your thigh? Doesn't it look like there's something written there?
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
sorry, I'll have to move your leg a little bit.
It's written in blood. It must be 10 Miyojis.
It says 016.
Sandra sagt 016. Isn't that right, Leon?
Yes.
What does that mean? Leon, the killer! Es war Leon! Ich bin im Fanclub. Leon did nothing wrong.
Hang on. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. 016. 016. I know I've seen it somewhere. It's no use. Can't remember.
Don't get my hopes up like that.
Anyway, these numbers have to have something to do with the killer. She must have written them after she got hit with the soparil. There would have been a few minutes before she went all the way under when she could have done something. I think she probably used those last minutes to tell the rest of us who'd killed her.
016, huh? Maybe, but the only people who could have done it are Kay and Dio. Assuming it wasn't one of us, I mean.
No, there's also Quark. I mean, I'm not saying he did it, just...
Because Leon.
Jetzt mal im Ernst, weißt du, das Erste, was ich, wenn ich sowas sehe, erstens schaue ich mal, okay, was könnte es heißen, und zweitens könnte es auch ein Wort sein. Ich verstehe mal nicht, warum die Leute so dumm sind.
Leon.
Ja, das war das Erste,
N-O-37 doesn't make any sense.
mal im Ernst, ich hab mir das angeschaut und dachte, ja.
Sandra, Joseph Anderson. Er hat es gesehen. It's Leon. Das ist ein Running Gag geworden. It's Leon. This is hopeless. I can't keep up anymore. Everything here is a goddamn mystery. Like, what about the old woman we found? Who killed her? The movement of the AB room makes Luna seem the most suspicious.
More like, it's more of a disaster.
But when would she have done it? And we don't have a good explanation for why she would have wrapped the knife up in a handkerchief. And of course now Luna dead too. So who could have killed her? The footage from the security camera paired with Dio's behavior makes Clover seem like the most likely suspect. But now we'll never know for sure. Alice's killer is a complete mystery. We don't know what the hell 016 is supposed to mean. We don't have any idea where Quark's gone. What the hell does any of this mean? Who killed everyone? Was it Zero? Zero Senior? And who is Zero Senior? What the hell does he want? Why does the game even exist? And why did they kidnap us and bring us here? While we were at it, where is it? When is this? Mysteries, mysteries, mysteries. I feel like my head's about to explode. Please, fine, give me something, anything. A clue, a hint. Come on, you've got to have something.
The luminol.
Huh?
I think there's a very good chance someone took the spray bottle out of Tenmyoji's pocket.
Okay, but how's this important?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think they took it?
So they could test for blood?
What would they need to do in order to do that?
They just need to spray bottles. To bottle out whatever they want to test.
That's it?
No, wait, you're right. Luminol reacts with organic compounds and glows, but the glow is really faint.
So?
So you need to make it dark. You have to turn off the lights in order to see if anything's glowing.
And that would mean?
That would mean... the rec room. Fine, I raced for the door. We weren't sure what we'd find, but we knew where we were going. I had a feeling deep in my gut that whatever we found would be the breakthrough I'd been looking for. More dead people? I can see dead people. Because he's dead as well. Ich habe jetzt den Oktopiraten besiegt. Auf dem ersten Versuch. Mit 200 Level Unterschied. Ja, Persona, ich weiß. Ist schon lange draußen. Schon seit... Ja, seit Winter. Ja, Das wurde mir, ich glaube, ja, ich glaube, dass die erste DVD schon seit Juli oder August. Ja, ja, die wurde mir schon öfter vorgeschlagen, weil ich ein paar Mal das Spiel angeschaut habe, wegen Dingsbums nur so. Und ich kaufe aber nee, schon draußen. Der Manga ist auch schon draußen. Der Manga ist aber erst Anfang dieses Jahres oder Ende letzten Jahres rausgekommen. Sag ich doch. Everything in my head ground to a halt. Even after all I'd seen, a room full of corpses had a profound effect. It was such a ridiculous thought that before I could stop myself, I laughed. That laugh made me think, what was laughter in this situation a defensive response designed to protect the brain from constant emotional bombardment? They say that right before an animal dies, it feels a moment of comfort. Right before death, the brain releases a huge amount of endorphins into the bloodstream. Pain is only a warning signal meant to help the body avoid death. But when death becomes a certainty, pain no longer has any use. In fact, that loss of pain can lead to incredible feats on the edge of death. Let's say the two species of animal come under attack from some overwhelming force. All of them are severely wounded and near death. Species A feels pain, but Species B doesn't. The horrible pain felt by Species A prevents them from moving, but because they feel no pain, some of Species B will manage to drag the wounded body to safety and survive. As a result, Species A is eliminated and only Species B managed to survive. This process of nature selection has been repeated for thousands, no millions of years. All creatures that walk the face of the earth are descended from Species B. I'm no exception. That's why I can look at the room full of corpses and laugh. The genes I've been given by a million years of evolution have changed my fear into ecstasy. Du bist einfach nur ein Psychopath, Sigma.
Ja.
I guess this means you're not the only survivors.
Don't make me keep saying it.
Ja, ich weiß, hab ich schon gesehen.
Quark's still out there somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. He is still out there. So would that mean he killed them? I mean, you said yourself that there was no way there was 10th uninvited player out there when Alice was killed. And we've also refuted the possibility of Zero Singer being the 10th person. There is no 10th person. The only people alive are you, me, and Quark. That
You're
means...
being ridiculous. Look at their bodies. There's an axe buried in Kay's back, and the spear has been thrust all the way through Dio's stomach. Do you really think a child Quark's size could do that?
Alright then. Dio ist noch am Leben. Weißt du warum? Sein Armband ist noch dran. Are you saying you killed them?
Are you insane? And just when would I have done that? I've been with you this whole time.
She was right. After the end of the second round of the AB game, Vi and I hadn't been out of each other's sight. We'd gone through the white door, explored the security office, solved puzzles, all of it together. No, wait. There had been one time when I wasn't watching. The few minutes in the security office when I dressed on the couch. Could she have snuck out then? The rec room and the security office weren't that far from one another. If the round trip took about a minute and she'd be killed them in 4 minutes, then the whole thing would have only taken her 5 minutes. 5 minutes? 5 minutes, huh? Just how long had I been out? No, that wasn't really right. I hadn't really been out. I just felt like everything was being fast-forwarded. Probably because my mental processing speed had dropped. But how long had it been like that? It might have been only felt like a few seconds to me, but it could have been much longer. And where had something like mental processing speed drop coming from? Hey, what you doing there, Fi?
Checking their bodies like before. I decided to start with Dio.
Find anything?
Yeah, 2 things actually. Take a look at this.
A knife?
Yeah.
There's something engraved on the blade too. Myrmidons. Is that the name of the manufacturer?
Dunno. It's not a name I've ever heard of before. But look at the handle. You've seen it before, right?
This is the knife that was stabbed into Alice's chest.
Right. From the looks of it, I guess the blade is about 15 centimeters long. I'd say it's probably about 3 centimeters tall and 3 millimeters wide.
I think I've heard those numbers before.
Like, wound cavity, 150 millimeters. Wound length, 30 millimeters. Wound width, 3 millimeters.
Yeah, that's it. When Luna scanned the old woman's body, those were the numbers it gave us for the wound.
Right. Well, wound cavity would be the depth of the wound. Wound length would be how long it is from top to bottom. And wound width would be how wide the flat end of the wound is. In other words...
Those numbers describe the size and shape of the wound, right?
Right.
So, if they match, then that means this knife was used to kill the old woman.
Well, I was just eyeballing those measurements, so we can't be sure.
Still, why does Dio have it?
He must have... gotten it from Alice.
I know that. What I mean is, why'd he take it? Did he want to destroy the evidence? Maybe he was the one who killed Alice.
That would match up with what we saw.
No, wait. Hold on a second. I'm getting confused here. Alice would have had the knife first, right? She picked it up when she found it wrapped in the handkerchief next to the AB room.
Right.
So Dio took it from her and stabbed her? If that's what happened, why didn't he just take the knife then? Why leave it there for us to see it and come back and get it later?
Well, we can look into that more later. First, I want you to have a look at something else. Don't you
What?
remember what I said? I found two things. There was the knife and... this.
Hey, is that the...
What do you mean, that
Key.
key?
We found it in the garden bay. Didn't have any idea what it was for then though. But Alice said it might be important, so she'd hang on to it just in case.
So, Alice should have had this, right? And now
Yeah.
Dio's got it.
Yeah.
So when Dio took the knife, he also took Kay's key.
Wait, Kay's key?
Oh man, you couldn't figure it out from the shape?
What do you
Get
mean?
over here. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Let me show you.
She walked over to Kay's head, knelt down on one knee and pointed to the back of it.
You remember this, right?
Oh yeah. So that's it. It unlocks the suit, right?
Yeah. Let's give it a shot.
Before I had time to prepare myself, I shoved the key into the slot and twisted. But
It's no good. Can't get it open.
why not?
Maybe the suit is powered, and it needs to be on in order to open. But with this axe in here...
You're saying it shorted the suit out or
I
something?
think so. At any rate, the
Lass
key
ihn mal
fits
raus.
perfectly.
Lässt ihn raus?
Ich wollte gerade ans Fenster.
Ja, weil er raus will. At any...
I don't have any doubt it's for removing Kay's suit.
do you think Dio knew that when he took it?
I wonder...
So I guess we'll never know what his face really looks like.
Yeah, no way we can get that mask off with our bare hands.
I wonder who he
Well,
was.
I still haven't checked him over. Let's have a look. Maybe we'll find something that'll tell us who he is.
She'd only been searching a few seconds before she stopped and pulled something out of Kay's robes.
Look,
What is it?
a spray bottle with luminol in it.
That's the one Tamioji had?
Yeah,
Then does that mean Kay was the one who handcuffed them to the
we
sink?
don't know yet.
Why
He
not?
might have taken the spray from Tenmyoji after he died. It's possible he made it through the white doors before we did, went to the infirmary and got this. Anyway, there's something I want to see. Turn off the lights.
Are you going to check for luminol reaction?
Yeah. If Kay used the spray before he died, we might still be able to see it.
There's blood everywhere in here
It's
though.
okay. If he didn't spray it, there won't be a reaction from any of it. Come on. Alright, do it. Thanks.
Done.
Just as I thought. Look, Dio's left wrist.
The underside of his bracelet is glowing.
Exactly. Because there
why?
are traces of blood on it.
Whose
We've
blood?
seen 5 people with serious bleeding. The old woman, Alice, Tenmyoji, and these 2 here. I'm disinclined to think this is Dio or Kay's blood, though. See? If you look, it's been wiped off. Except for the luminol, the bracelet looks clean. Why would someone wipe blood off a bracelet after being hit with an axe or stabbed with a spear, and then spray it with luminol? It doesn't make sense.
Then that leaves the old woman Alice and Tamioji.
Right.
Do you remember what Tamioji said to us in this room?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets? Please, just do it.
Do you think Tamioji had figured out that one of the bracelets would have blood
That
on
would
it?
have meant he was looking for either Alice's blood or the old woman's.
I wonder which it was.
No idea. But whatever the case, Tenmyoji seemed to think that whoever had this bracelet was Zero Sr.
Just relax, okay? That's all I needed to know. Not